What's up everyone, it's Jay, or Ginger Ninja, and I'm going to shoutcast today for you guys. It's not my battles, it's Mr. YanSolo19, part of the Gym Division faction, and a bit of a meme Spice Lord. So, he was on stream, and I was recording him just because I'm sneaky like that. Got him to run a few teams for us, like he was taking team suggestions, he was building things, like this shiny Berserker, which is absolutely delightful to look at and to watch. So let's just get into the battle. So yeah, the first team that he ran with on his road to rank 20, that fucking elusive rank 20 that no one can hit. Yeah, his Berserker of the shiny variety, of course. This beautiful rank 1 Shadow Drapion and an XL Meganium. So yeah, let's just get into it, see what happens. So he is running close combat foul play with Shadow Claw and Berserker, Aqua Tail, Crunch, and obviously Poison Sting for the fast move on Drapion, and then standard Vine Whip, Frenzy Plant, and Earthquake on the Meganium. I did ask about the moveset, so like the Aqua Tail on the Drapion, mainly because it's Shadow, so Aqua Tail is obviously just a spammy little move with that Poison Sting, and yeah, you can just fire them off and just chip away at stuff, so the Sludge Bomb is not as relevant as it would be if it was a non-Shadow. And yeah, so let's just see how he gets on. There's some couple of interesting teams that we run. I say we, he runs. So yeah, let's just see how he gets on. So obviously easily dispatching of that Snorlax. In comes the Charmer, of course. Like, we are in GBL here, so Charmers are everywhere. But yeah, this Meganium's just gonna double Frenzy Plant, tidy up. They try and catch, or I'm not really sure. Maybe they just swap in thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna force a shield with Umbreon. That's not going to happen. Meganium is an absolute tank. That far blade just tickled. These charms are tickling. And yeah, he's just shield up this safely. And then dispatch with the Frenzy Plant. I thought he was going to Earthquake then. Just getting that perfect move time and, deny the charm. Because, just in case. So that's a GG. So in this next battle, what a lead that is. That's what you want to see. So this has got Shadow Claw on the Giratina. Unfortunately, you'd rather see it with Dragon Breath, I guess, but it's not that much of an issue. Berserker is just going to completely demolish this. So chunking away, even though none of this is stab from the Berserker, because obviously it's just Steel type, it's just absolutely destroying. And their opponent throws a fucking Dragon Claw, then they swap into Obscene to catch the foul play. No! Fucking get out of here. It's a close combat. And it was just like, I think you need the top left. Your opponent really needs the top left. You just caught a close combat, mate. Like, why are you still here? You should be crying right now. You should just, your phone should be broken on the floor. Crying in desperation is the fact that you've just caught a close combat on your Obstagoon, which was non-stab, and it just one-shot you. Probably would have fucking one-shot you for the next game as well. But hey-ho. Drapion just doing Drapion things now. Just cleaning up. Can we get the Crunch debuff on this? As Empoleon comes in, which is interesting to see Empoleon. In the Open Ultra. Yan just going obviously for the BMs here. Didn't really want to reveal that he's got a Meganium, but oh well. Now he is. No shielding because doesn't need to. Are we going to see a 2-shield flex? Might have it. No, probably not now. But we might have, I think, if the Berserker had managed to get the move off. But yeah, I mean, this opponent, They should have just, as soon as they got close combated there, they should have gone. They should have realised, I've made a bad life choice here. Yeah, and Yan just terrorising people. Oh, what a lead. Cresselia comes in here on the lead. Can't hit Berserker for anything that isn't resisted. They're going to Moon Blast, hoping for maybe an attack debuff. Yan pretty much doubles up almost. They no shield. Again, obviously Cresselia is bulky as, but that's still chunks. This will KO. And in comes the Alolan Muck, which isn't going to appreciate close combat. I mean, it can tank it a bit better than Obstagoon, but see what happens. Yeah, it does nearly 50%. That's nice. Bank some energy and swap out into the Drapion. What are we going to throw here? They throw the Sludge Wave correctly. But yeah, here's another reason, I guess, why the Aqua Tails help. Because you can hit things like this. Oh, we love that. We love that. There's lag. Then it's like not CMP. Then they get moves and their charge move. Oh, and then it's CMP. Game. But yeah, in comes Drifblim, and this is over. Like, yes, they've got 2 shields. Well, yes, they had 2 shields. But honestly, even Meganium's just gonna chunk with Frenzy Bonds now. You just save both your shields, Berserker, and then you're laughing. So yeah, this is just gonna be a straightforward finish. This. So yeah, we've got some interesting Pokemon coming up as well. So like, he built a couple of things for us when he was streaming some sets, and yeah, Shadow Shiftry. That's all you gotta say. Shadow Shiftry. Fuck me. So yeah, wait until we get to them. Well, my personal favourite was Piloswine. Like, I was excited to see that in action. So yeah, this opponent just didn't want to give up, apparently. So, fair play. I mean, the state of the game, Yan could have lagged out and they could have just, hexed them down. You never know. So yeah, here's the next team. So pretty spicy. We've got a Dragalge in there as well. Shadow Gyarados rocking the Waterfall, and yeah, Piloswine, and it's a bit of a Charm doesn't exist line. I mean, great lead. So obviously we resist discharges. Lunges are neutral. Assume they're going to throw a lunge. They do. It does do a sizable chunk, but they're still not going to want to take a move off Piloswine. Avalanche and Stone Edge. Obviously, you can run Bulldoze as well, but I think Stone Edge is the right way to go. Bulldoze is just a shit move. They throw a Discharge. Like, what are they playing at? Can they not see that the Volt Switches are literally doing like 1 HP? Like, look how much the Volt Switch does there. Nothing. They learned a lesson on Lunge. I mean, I say they learned a lesson, like, we shielded up the Discharge, so I suppose more fool us. Land the Stone Edge. He's got a shield advantage. In comes Scrafty. That's fine, we've got 2 things in the back here that can handle it. It's just a case of what else have they got. Are we going to go straight for the Outrage? Yes. See how much this does. That's a nice sizable chunk. In comes the Gyarados. No shield in particular, it's just a Power Punch, which it is. Obviously Pup does nothing. In comes Jellicent. Going for the Crunch. Obviously the Waterfalls are resisted, but Crunch is super effective. Does a fucking shitload. Jeez. Could have saved the shield for Dragalge. But they bait. And then they top left. Because they know Finally, someone realizes it went to top left. So, into the next battle. And we're leading Power Swine into Cresselia. That's a bit of a shithead. That's not what you want to see. But they swap out into Gyarados after a long while, but you know, builds up a lot of energy. They're obviously going to shield. Or not. Literally how it happened. I was like, you shield Gyarados? Because like Gyarados is squishy, like, you know, in that scenario you shield. No, but they don't. And then they decide to that Swampert is a Dragalge counter. Like, yeah, okay. Mud shots are gonna do a bit, but fine. It's just okay. I mean, Swampert is a pretty good Pile Swine answer, so it's just interesting. In comes the Cresselia. They have banked a bit of energy on the Swampert there, but definitely some interesting plays. They shield the crunch correctly. These waterfalls, though, I mean, obviously Shadow Gyarados, them waterfalls are chunking. Obviously, the waterfall is for the Charmers, just in case. I want to have the tiny bit of play that you could have for this team. But yeah, it's just oppressive. The shield, bank some energy there, come into the Pile Swine, in comes the Swampert. Should be okay, should survive, but I mean, if they've got two Hydro Cannons, maybe not, but they throw an Earthquake, which is definitely not the way to go. They should have double Hydro Cannons. And then Pile Swine is just going to sweep up. There we go. Lovely jubbly. It's like cross between a pig and cousin it. Okay, so Talonflame lead, not the greatest, but it's fine. I've got two things in the back that I can deal with it. So straight into the Dragalge. In comes a Shadow Lax, which is pretty nice safe swap in the Ultra League. They just don't like to shield Snorlaxes, do they? And obviously the lick damage just starts to build up, and the Body Slam spam is just annoying. So, but we're going to shield here. It's fine. Gonna let the next one go. And we can just finish Dragon Tailing down, which is nice. I mean, they can't really come back in with Talonflame, but they decide that they can. And they switch into Umbreon, which is pretty sick play, to be fair. So they're getting themselves ahead on energy. And then going into Umbreon, which is a also pretty safe Pokemon. But yeah, Piloswine is going to chip away at this. Like, you know, it's not going to appreciate the avalanches, so you see how much that did there. So they have got shield advantage, but they do not know that we've got a waterfall Gyarados in the back. So Yan is sitting pretty, to be honest, as he does anyway. For those of you that may have watched Matthew Rose chatting shit, you'll have seen that lovely beard he possesses. So we're going to let this go. Obviously it's a flame charge, but it really doesn't mean anything now. Yan is just going to farm this guy down. Oh, what a catch. What a catch. He realised he wasn't going to farm him down. Catches the Brave Bird on the Dragalge. That was just beautiful. And now, yeah, Aqua Tail spam is going to be enough here. We've got too much health on the Gyarados. In fact, we're just going to waterfall down. And that is a GG. Yeah, it was a lovely catch there. Obviously realised he wasn't going to be able to waterfall down, so sacrificed the Dragalge. Another Talonflame lead. So into Dragalge again. They come into a Swampert after farming up a bit, which is fine. Obviously just got to be aware of the Earthquake. But Yan chooses to no shield, saying there, people bait. They bait. Let's be honest. And then they just decide, oh, I'm just going to go straight Hydro Cannon. And to be fair, they still do more than you'd want them to do, considering they're resisted. But Swampert is a bit OP. And then the subsequent mud shots are going to finish it off. But that's fine. Gyarados is going to come in and get a bit of energy. He doesn't have to shield anything here. And yeah, Shadow Gyarados with some energy is going to be nice. And we've got a shield advantage as well, remember. So we're not too worried yet. So in comes the Cresselia, obviously getting the crunch off. Does a nice chunk. Piloswine comes in, back in comes the Talonflame. Gonna let it go. It's gonna be a flame charge, but we survive. And then it's just, can we get to the Stone Edge? Yes, we can. Do they know that we've got Stone Edge? Yes, they do, because they're bastards. Ah well. But that's okay, we've now got a 2-shield Gary, which is going to farm down shield once, and then unload on the Cresselia, and hopefully take the dub. Yeah. Pretty comfortable here. Cresselia hasn't got enough energy, so this crunch, is this going to be enough? Nearly enough. The waterfall finishes it off. So you might think, oh, you haven't shown any losses yet. I was like, that's because Yan doesn't lose, just wins. No, most of the losses were shit ones. So, like, you know, Double Charm. And who wants to watch Double Charm? Like, who actually wants to see shit like that? Like, nah. Or like timeout teams and shit. Nah. Keeping in the battles interesting. You know what I mean? And that's a decent record he's got there. 126 wins for 180 battles. So achieving that elusive rank 20. Not rocking the pose because he doesn't want to look like he's finger blasting someone. Like that person. So we've got a brief dip into Premier here, which didn't go very well, but I'll just showcase the team that I used. Again, this was, all teams were pretty much just like, you know, us guys in the faction, me and Hawkeye and whoever else dropped in, just telling them to run shit. But yeah, Yan did say prior to this, he was like, I hate Premier, I never go in Premier, don't know what to do in Premier. If I'm going to do it, then I'm going to beam everything. Which he did. Or he tried to. He did there. A lot of other matches, everyone just shielded the beam, and it just wasn't very fun. It was just like, come on, people, like, yeah, beam is the way to go. Like, I know, like, I beamed myself to legend last season, so it's the way to go. So back in comes this Como, which is a bit broken, to be honest. And then we've got a wall rain, and that's just lovely. Quite a hard counter there, but that's what we like to see. So yeah, anyway, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. We fucked Premier off, we've gone back to open, and Yan's going to build the Shadow Shiftry, because, you know, he likes to give the people what they want. And no, he's not going to run Leaf Tornado or Hurricane. Although the game wants him to, so there we go. Look at that. Right on 2500. All that dust gone. But was it worth it? We'll see. I mean, it definitely is worth it. So we're going to go for a Shiftry with a Ho-Oh and a Primate. So just trying to, you know, stay spicy but make sure that we're sort of covering the weaknesses of like fighter, charm, bug, what have you. So let's see how we get on. Yeah, this thing just hits like an absolute truck. Like, it was so much fun to watch. So, brilliant lead. Obviously, they switch into DD, which is interesting. Obviously, it is doing the super effective counter damage, but look at how much that does there. Jesus. That was ridiculous. So, I think by this point, we were all just pissing ourselves laughing. Yan's going for the Incinerate down, but don't think he's going to get there, which is unfortunate. He chooses to double shield, which hindsight was a questionable decision. So back in comes the Mewtwo. They get through a confusion. Ho-Oh is really interesting to get the Brave Bird off as well. I feel like it runs very similarly to Talonflame. Obviously, it's got that new move, Sacred Fire, but the bulk and what have you, and it just seemed to be quite similar to Talonflame. So now the Mewtwo is in, it's got a bit of energy. Prain has not got Dynamic Punch, but the Feck has got Dynamic Punch. In comes a Regirock. And then here it's a case of get the boost. Can't get the boost, which is unfortunate. Really needed the boost there, so then we could have just committed to a farm down and hopefully come out with back-to-back Night Slashes for the Mewtwo. But yeah, not going to happen. Wasn't going to happen even with the boost. So yeah, the double shield in the Ho-Oh was questionable, but you know, just the sheer fun, the sheer joy that was sparked. So not a great lead. So we swap into Primeape. In comes the Swampert, which is fantastic because, you know, you don't want the Swampert on the Ho-Oh. You've got that, like, the Primeape can win switch here because look at how much it chunks. You sneak encounters in, and yeah, just hitting so hard. Even though this Night Slash isn't like that good, like, you know, good of a move in terms of like damage, but the spam ability of it, and when you get the boost, it's just devastating. So yeah, Swampert has just been completely dealt with. In comes the Talonflame. So they actually snuck an Incinerate there, which is a bit unfortunate because I think there was like one turn lag, so even though only 2 counters were thrown, it was 5 turns spent, which meant that they could sneak a full Incinerator, which Yan didn't notice. Bringing in Shiftry, thinking that was safe, thinking that they were 1 Incinerate away, and they weren't. So that was a bit disappointing. But there is hope. We win CMP. What's in the back? Oh yeah, it's the Abomasnow, of course. So we just need to get 1 more Incinerate, get to the Brave Bird before they power the snows down. And then we get another, I don't know if that was lag or what, or if that was just correct. It just felt like that was a bit heavy. We got to the move. But oh well. Another good lead anyway. Come on, let's get some fucking wins. In comes Walrein. In comes Primeape. This is nice. This is what you want to see. This is... Come on. Let's give us a fucking W using this line. So Primeape going straight Night Slash. Obviously that Ice Gust Spear from Walrein absolutely chunks because Primeape is a squishy boy. Can't wait to build mine. Is the opponent going to shield? They do. So they've gone 2 shields down. I'm pretty sure probably just shields up to retain switch. You've also snuck the counter, so you're happy there. If Misa comes in, you've got a Night Slash loaded, but they bring in a Charmer, and Yan switches out into Shiftry and hands them the win when they come in with the Charmer, but then the opponent switches into Mewtwo and hands Yan the win. What the fuck's going on? Oh my god. Calamity of errors. Shiftry going to town on the Mewtwo. In comes Sylveon. This Leaf Blade's going to do a nice amount. Oh yes it does. And then the issue is, for them, got a Ho-Oh in the back. So both players there being a bit silly. But just needed to get that win. And we got it. So Giratina lead. This is fantastic. It's Shadow Claw as well, which is even better. These foul plays are going to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Like, oh, look at that. That's there's so much damage. Oh, fucking love it. The Dragon Claw with shield, and the farm down is the play. Just going to completely snarl this down and then decimate whatever comes in. But nothing comes in. Nothing comes in because they quit. Because Shadow Shiftry is freaking OP. I'm guessing that they had like Swampert and Cresselia in the back and they just didn't want to waste the time. Swampert lead, which is what you'd love to see. So Yan actually goes over one expecting a catch, and then they still catch. Onto a Registeel, which is good. So in comes the Primeape, which at the time I thought was questionable. I'd have definitely considered coming in with Ho-Oh, but obviously then realising the reason why is because there's no flame charge on Ho-Oh, which makes the just makes it a bit more difficult to play through, obviously with the Zap Cannons. So just knowing that you can retain switch with the Primeape was the safest option. Keeps the Shiftry on the Swampert and the Ho-Oh on whatever else that needs to be on. So they're throwing a move on the Shiftry, which is just a Hydro Cannon, but it does do a sizable chunk. They catch again, like this trainer. How rude. They catch on a Giratina, which is actually quite funny. So in comes a foul play. They shield. In comes Ho-Oh. And now it's just a case of trying to take their last shield, and then Shiftry can sweep up. Going for the Sacred Fire, not the Brave Bird. But it gets the shield either way, so it turns out to be a good move because obviously it doesn't lower the defense. Gonna keep the shield for the Shiftry. So Ho-Oh goes, and then win con here is Shiftry basically farms down. And if the game works correctly, we'll win CMP versus the Giratina. And yes, secures the win. So yeah, these were just really fun battles. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the showcase of YanSolo. We're fucking lucky to have the guy on our faction gym division. And yeah, he gets his Pikachu Libre, but it's not shiny. Does it even exist as shiny? He can't throw though, we did learn he can't throw. Alright guys, like, comment, subscribe, catch you in the next one.